And part of that optimism, and this is how it all ties together, this is how all the pieces fit together, is having a purpose. And having a purpose presupposes some degree of fitness and energy level and health in order to achieve that purpose. But again, the research shows that people that have a reason to get out of bed in the morning, doesn't need to be to make money, although that's a whole other topic, but I have something I want to do. I have a project in mind. And sometimes we've even run articles on this, that just somebody decides, you know what, I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to study Spanish for brain health. And that's a big thing, our big topic of superagers. You know, how do I ward off dementia? Eventually they'll solve it medically. But right now, we know that if you give your brain exercises to do, especially if it's unfamiliar stuff, it wards off cognitive decline. So that's another purpose. So now I take that purpose, I want to fight off cognitive decline, and I turn it into a project. I'm going to learn Spanish. And again, I keep citing research because we're just the curators. They've done studies where the degree of mastery of the new language is irrelevant. They did one study where after they took before and after measurements of brain health, and after 13 weeks of studying Spanish, the test group that was studying had improved cognitive function compared to the control group that wasn't studying Spanish. But the test group that was studying Spanish weren't that good at Spanish. It wasn't that they had mastered Spanish in 13 weeks. You know, they were mediocre. They were beginners. You know, they made mistakes. But the exercise of the brain in coping with something unfamiliar, they had a higher cognitive score. Well, if you're going to take up Spanish, that in itself is a project. That's a purpose. That's not the work of the next 10 minutes. That's every day I'm going to do, you know, I mean, it's having a plan.